Harper Audio presents Rabbit, the autobiography of Miss Pat by Patricia Williams with Jeannine Amber. This is Patricia Williams. To my husband and our 4 kids, I love you all. People always ask me how I turn my life around. I don't have a simple answer. All I have is my story, but you better hang on. Introduction. We've been living in our new place in Indianapolis for only a couple of days when I heard a knock at my front door. I opened up to find a white lady with a big smile standing on my porch, holding a huge chocolate cake wrapped in plastic. "I want to welcome you to the neighborhood," she said, "so I baked you a little something." What the hell? Where I'm from, if somebody shows up at your door with something nice in their hand, it's probably stolen. As soon as she left, I went right to my kitchen and called my girlfriend, Miss Jeannine, back home in Atlanta. "You ain't gonna believe this," I said. "A white lady just made me a cake. You think I should eat it?" "Yeah, girl," said Miss Jeannine. "White folks always bake you shit when you move in, so you don't break in their house." It turns out there was a whole lot I had to get used to moving from the hood to the suburbs. Strangers bringing me chocolate cake was only the beginning. I grew up in the 1980s in the inner city of Atlanta. My mama was an alcoholic single mother with 5 kids. She could barely read and only knew enough math to play the numbers and count out the exact change to buy herself a couple bottles of slick malt liquor and a nickel bag of weed. Almost none of my relatives, going back 3 generations, ever graduated high school. Instead, you could say I came from a family of self-employed entrepreneurs. My granddaddy ran a bootleg house, selling moonshine out of his living room. My Uncle Skeet robbed folks, and my Aunt Vanessa sold her food stamps. With role models like that, what could possibly go wrong? Even though I came up in the hood, I dreamed of a different life. My fantasy came straight off TV from my favorite show, Leave It to Beaver. You probably thought I was going to say Good Times, but I didn't need to watch TV to see black folks struggling. The struggle was all around me. Compared to how we was living, life on Leave It to Beaver looked like heaven. I was mesmerized by the way the house was so clean and everybody was always smiling and jolly. What I liked most was how Mrs. Cleaver would walk around grinning at her kids like she couldn't believe her good luck. In my house, my mother would get drunk off gin, whoop me with an extension cord, call me ugly, and tell me to take my ass to bed. I be thinking, how you gonna tell me to go to sleep when it's 10 o'clock in the morning and I just woke up? I know a lot of people think they know what it's like to grow up in the hood. Like maybe they watched a couple seasons of The Wire and they think they got the shit all figured out. But TV doesn't tell the whole story. It doesn't show what it's like for a girl like me, how one thing can lead to another one, so that one minute you're a 12-year-old looking for attention, then suddenly you end up pregnant at 13 with nobody to turn to for help. Folks don't know about that kind of life because, for a lot of people, girls who grew up like me are invisible. Unless you come to the hood, you won't see us. It's easy to pretend we don't exist. By the time I was 15, I was a single-teen mom with a 7th grade education, no job skills, no money, and 2 babies under the age of 2. My dreams were to give my kids a better life, but most days I didn't even have enough money to buy Pampers. All I wanted was to find a way to get myself and my babies out of the ghetto. I was willing to do whatever it took.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?